Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an FV4004 Conway. It's a Tier 9 British tank destroyer and it's located on the north spawn of Pilsen under the command of Just a Pixel. Okay, we're waiting for the countdown to finish.
Time to roll out.
And we're off. Now you can see the Conway actually has a hatch on the back of the turret so they can make a quick exit. It's got an absolutely terrible profile, the Conway. It does stick out like a sore thumb, you might say. So yeah, not a great tank really, all in all. Anyway, Just a Pixel's taking him up onto the west side of the map. Now it's armed with 120mm armor piercing, well, this 120mm gun, and Just a Pixel's looking for targets down the factory area, and she's found one, TVP. She's trying to use the bush mechanic. Yep, that'll work. All she needs her friends to do is find them, and then she can shoot them from a distance and they can't see her. Now, the gun's got alpha damage of 400 and penetration of 259mm. She can increase that to 326 if she's using APCR, but she's not using any because none are loaded. She does have HE rounds though, and they've got damage of 515, but penetration of only 120. Still nobody turned up. You normally expect the heavy tanks to come over to this side of the map. It's classic factories heavy tank fighting, just as it was on the previous version of Pilsen. In fact, actually, this version with the new redesign is far, far better. I find it's much more flowing, much more fun. There are lots of places you can shoot from. The other thing is that the east side of the map is much more open than was previously. That was a bit narrow on the older version of Pilsen. This one is a little better with those coal pits on the other side, or coal heaps. There's lots of places to run and hide in. Of course, Pilsen was the site where they used to make some of the Czech tanks during the Second World War, and tanks like the Hetzer, the Panzer 38T, the Marder, the Grilla, they were all built in these factories. Well, she's not getting much to do at the moment. It's pretty low on action. Not sure what else I can say about matters in the meanwhile. I'm hoping we're going to see some action soon, because this is a bit, well, boring. That's the word. Well, what else can I say about the Conway? Well, it's built on the chassis of the Centurion tank. It's less agile than its predecessor, which in the line, but the 120mm gun is shared with the Tortoise, and it's got pretty good DPM. It also carries a 5.5-inch gun. It's got slightly better penetration and damage, but its rate of fire is a lot worse. Well, we've got company now. We've got a Scorpion G come up here to sit and watch everybody else kill all the enemy whilst we wait around for the remainders to come in our direction. Oh, we were about to get a Tiger 2 headed our way, but he's also been wiped out. Oh, is that a tank I see before me? Nope, it's something that's fighting in the factories and probably about to be wiped out by that Jaegeroo. I promise you there is some action in this game. It's just very, very late to turn up. Okay, Object 268 over on the far side. And yeah, we can shoot at him. Fire around it. Yeah, we're going to hit. 423. Going for another shot. Oh, that one bounced off the armour. Nope. Oh, we did get damaged there. 435, that's a high roll. Going for the projector instead. Takes him out of the game altogether. It was a one shot. Now, where's that 268 gone? There are still 7 enemy tanks. And we've only seen 2 of them. Wiped out one of them. Now that's strips between the factories at the moment. Well, scores are even. There's still 6 tanks on either side. No, we've just lost one. We'll probably have some targets to shoot at very, very shortly. I think even that Scorpion G is fidgeting about not having anything to do. Oh, is the Shriv headed this way? Well, he might be about to come around that corner. He just took around for 425 and I suspect that was from the Scorpion. And we're backing up to see if we can get a shot at him. No, not yet. We are now down by 2 tanks. There are 3 left, 5 on the enemy team. So the T100LT is acting as our scout and highlighting the enemy for us. And there's a Centurion Action 10 over there. On the west side, can we get a shot? And we don't need to worry because the T100 finishes him off. 7 seconds on the reload. M46 pattern. No, it was hit, but it seems that it was blocked by his armour. Going again. This time we get him. And we got a Striv 103, and he's aiming at us. Fire around it. Oh, looks like we tracked him. Going for another. This time we got one through the armour. 235, low roll. Going for the 268 over on the other side. We've lost the Scorpion. Nope, we didn't get through the 268 now. I think the Scorpion was too close to the bushes. That's why the bush mechanic didn't work for him. That one went through and it's tracked the 2684. We might have to move. We did fire another one, but he's behind cover. Now, can we get a shot on that 268? Yes. Well, we might be revealed. We fire one into his side for 121 and he didn't see us. Go for another shot and yeah, we got him that time. There's a Ferdinand. Now he's probably firing at the T100 and I'm not sure if we got a round through him there, but we have been seen by the Striv. So we're moving back into the bushes so he can't see us. There's the Strip, dialing in. And a nice shot into the side. It's a low roll, but it does do some damage. Fired another one where we thought he would be. Don't think it did anything though. There are still 2 enemies out there, and there are 2 of us now. So we've equalised the scores, and we got most of the kills there. 3 kills to us, 1 to the T100. Just the pixels sitting at the back of the map. I'm pretty sure the enemy knows exactly where we are, but is finding it difficult to get shots on us because we're so far at the back of the map. That Striv has only got 3 hit points left. He's very vulnerable to another shot, so he's staying behind cover. The Ferdinand is the other one out there. Looks like Just the Pixel's going to take a chance moving, changing position. We are taking a big chance moving between these bushes because the Striv might have seen us as we were going between the 2. And we are side on to the Striv as well. But we've still got most of our hit points anyway. There's the Striv. T100 has taken several big hits. It's down to just 299. Oh, just lost him to the Striv. We're going to lose sight of the Striv very, very shortly, because nobody's spotting him. Yep, we've lost sight. Now this makes it awkward. He knows where we are, but he's unlikely to come hunting us, mainly because he's so low on hit points. If he did come hunting us, we'll get a lucky shot in, he's out the game. The Ferdinand, on the other hand, he's got much more health, but still only about 25% of it. My guess is they'll start capping, because it's about the only thing they can do. They can't come hunting for us. If they did, they die, and so they'll probably just try and cap. Ooh, Striv. Very sneaky, very stealthy. 3 hit points and he's out the game. But he did get a shot into our tracks and took some of our hit points in the process. 355. And that's going to make us vulnerable to the Ferdinand. There's still more than 2 shots for the Ferdinand to kill. That's the 2-minute hooter. Now the alpha damage for the Ferdinand, if he's using the 10.5cm gun, is 320 hit points. If he's using the 88, it's 240. So with 790 hit points, he's going to have to hit us at least twice if he's using the 10.5, and maybe 3 times if he's using the 88. We should be able to tell which gun he's using if he gets around into us. And he's capping. Now I did say that he'd probably cap. Gonna have to sneak up on him. There he is. Oh, he's behind the railway carriage. Backing up. There he is. Oh, he's seen us. And we bounced one off him. We've got no APCR. Need to get a reset. Oh, we got one in. 389, it's a low roll, but we got behind the railway carriage, so that stops him. Now the damage he did to us was 415, which would indicate that he's using the 10.5cm. Can we get another round into him? He's pulled behind that railway carriage. He knows that it's protection. Have to get closer. No, missed again. We need to get closer in. Ideally, we need to get around the outside of these buildings and shoot at him from the side. Oh, we got him. 72 hit points. He fired into our tracks. We fired into his body, and that was the end of the game. And here's the end of battle result. It's a second class tanker for just a pixel in the Conway, and we can see from the underlying banner that this was the first time she's got a second class tanker. She got a fire effect for getting more damage than the hit points of her own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. She got 5. A sharpshooter badge for getting 10 or more consecutive hits. A master gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating hits in a row. A duelist badge for taking down 2 tanks that did damage to her during the battle, and that would be the Striv and of course the Ferdinand. And she got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 11. But best of all, she got a defender medal. She managed to reset the cap for at least 70 capture points. And she did it in 2 stages with 2 shots into the Ferdinand. And on top of that, she got a win 8 of 4471. But she won the game for her team because without her, it wouldn't have been possible. So let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage actually went to the Striv. He managed 4,664 hit points. He didn't pick up the high caliber though. It's a bit odd, but there was no team damage in there, so I can only presume that it was actually he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit points. Then came the T100 LT. He managed 4,286, and then came Just a Pixel with 3,578. When it came to kills, it was Just a Pixel who managed to get the highest amount. She got 5. Then we've got the Striv 103 who managed 4, and the 50TP with 4, and then the KV4 on Just a Pixel's team with 3 kills. When it came to base XP, it was the T100 LT who managed to get the highest amount, 1,076, and that's because he was doing a lot of spotting damage for the tank destroyers over on the west side of the map. Then came Just a Pixel with 1,009 base XP, and then the T54E1 with 980. Now, 24 shots were fired by Just a Pixel, got 18 direct hits, 14 penetration, damage of 3,578 hit points, of which 3,131 were at more than 300 meters. Received 4 hits from the enemy, 3 of them were penetration, 1 non-penetration. That was the one from the Ferdinand at the end where they cocked it up by firing into the tracks and not into the main body of the tank. She damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 5 of the enemy, and also managed to get 73 defense points whilst the Ferdinand was capping, and she only needed 70 to get the defender medal. On a premium account, she earned 39,614 credits, and after repair, she received 29,214 credits. She picked up 3 bonds for the Defender Medal, 1,513 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, took away 3,027 experience points altogether. So, pretty good battle there by Just a Pixel. Congratulations for that battle. If you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.